And I got into network marketing, probably like many people did. A good friend of them simply just thought enough of us to show us the opportunity. At a time then, really, I was looking for something. I had a chain of pizza, pasta restaurants. We'd had those restaurants for something like nearly 9 years. Last couple of years that hadn't gone quite so well, like many businesses. I blame nobody but myself. Markets change, I didn't change fast enough. And with that in mind, we lost everything. We lost the houses, we lost lovely big cars. I had children in private schools where the school fees were a little bit hard to pay. And it was a lousy time in my life. People used to say, "Oh, it's so character building stuff, Steve." And I'd say, no, it wasn't actually. It was a pretty stressful time in my life. I used to look like Bon Jovi before I got into that business and went through that stressful time. But ultimately I lost everything, had no money whatsoever. And a good friend, very much like many people in network marketing, a good friend just said, "Listen, take a look at something. Let me a business that you can build from home, costs you very little to get going." So I went along, didn't understand it all, really didn't get the whole what network marketing, what relationship marketing was, but I got very excited about the concept, about leveraging myself, about the ability to be able to introduce one person and if they put 10 hours a week in and I put 10 hours a week in and they introduce someone and they put 10 hours a week in, I could have 30, 40, 50, 100 hours a week by building a team going into a business that I'm actually only putting 10 hours a week in. So I could see the ability to leverage myself, and at the same time the sheer fact that I had to help others be successful to help myself be successful, which was very alien from my restaurant days. That was all a bit of a dog-eat-dog world. This was all about helping other people, and I just got so excited with the concept. Didn't understand it all. Bless her, my lovely sister lent me some money to get going in the business, and with that in mind I literally just got started, and from that point of view really made a decision I was going to build this thing full time. And I suppose really how we started, I didn't have any experience. What experience is there? I could make a pizza, that's all I could do. But I did have two very key ingredients that helped me in the early days. And one was massive desire. I mean, I'm talking white hot desire to get back the lifestyle we once had. So I was really passionate with my desire. The second thing was a total commitment to do what I said I was going to do. I basically am very good. If I say I'm going to do it, I do it. And that's really how I came into network marketing. I was prepared to learn. I was prepared to soak up everything that people were already building with the business. But at the same time, my commitment was I would be prepared to do whatever it takes. Obviously, not in an ethical and a legal perspective, but I was very much, if they said to me, "Steve, you've got to work 23 hours a day, flat out, 100 miles an hour, copying what we do," I was prepared to do that. That was where my commitment certainly was. How successful are we? That's a great question. I think we've been, very successful. Other people would say we've been extremely successful, and that's very nice of them to say that. We've been very fortunate. We've actually, in 21 years now, since I was first shown network marketing, been building networks professionally. And I think the key word there is professionally. We don't treat it as a hobby. We treat it as a business. This is very much a business for us. The great thing is it's a lifestyle business. Here I am in our villa in Spain, and we've managed to literally make millions and millions of dollars from the business, and we've changed our life in ways we cannot imagine. I mean, I came into this business with having to borrow literally a few $100s from my sister just to get going in a business, and here we are now we have houses in various countries around the world, drive the cars we want to drive, we live the life we want to live, we live a life that many only dream of. And that basically is all about this beautiful business. I'm so excited by and still am, even after 21 years of building networks. But I would say that is possible with anyone. It really is. If you come in, bear in mind I had no experience. I could make a pizza. So if anybody just comes in with the ability of wanting to change their life and having the desire and the commitment to want to do that, I really do believe this is a business that anyone can do. I mean, anyone can do. And so from that point of view, I guess we have been very successful. We've built networks now, 5 networks over 10,000 people, a couple of networks over 40,000. I even built one network over 72,000 people. We've won cars. We are probably recognized as one of the top network marketing leaders and groups now within Europe, but probably in the world as well. And so yeah, we have been successful, but jeepers, hey, if a pizza man with no money can start and build this business, I generally do believe anyone can build this business. Why did I choose TalkFusion? That's a great question. Obviously I could say, oh, amazing products, which they are, they're truly awesome for the price, in a market that is just growing staggeringly so, which is video communications. A pay plan that's the simplest and most straightforward I've ever seen, with the leadership and ownership from Bob Reiner and the rest of the management team at corporate, that's world class, with support that is just some of the best I've seen in 21 years. So there are all those reasons. I think the reason is, quite simply, is I wanted to build a long-term passive residual income. At some point I want to step off the gas. I want the income and lifestyle to come in and continue to come in over what the effort, in other words, put the time and effort in the beginning to get the results for long term in the future. The challenge is most network marketing companies don't even stay around 2 years, let alone 5, 6, 20 years. And so ultimately I was looking for a company that I knew had the leadership, the foundation, the structure, the financial resources to make sure it did stay around. It's rather like a pension plan. If you're going to pay money into a pension plan, you sure as anything want to make sure that company, that pension plan, stays around to pay you out when you want to retire, you want to step back. And many people invest their time, their energy, and that's what it is. Once you set a network marketing company, a distributorship up, really then, apart from maybe purchasing the products, using any product, it's your time and energy that is the most expensive factor. Why on earth anybody would do that with a company that's a startup? I just don't get it. I mean, I would never look at a company that's less than 3 years old at any time. The one thing I know very strongly about with TalkFusion is they will be around for the long term. They've been around now for many years. They're growing now more successfully than they were in the early days. Many networks start off with like a little firework and grow very quickly. TalkFusion has built rock steady business upon literally year upon year upon year of growth, without debt, with very key direction of what they wanted to achieve. And here we are, coming up for 5 years into the business, TalkFusion, and it's breaking all records. It's got so much momentum and so much excitement right now. I wanted to be a part of TalkFusion, and I certainly want to be a part of making this company, which will clearly be a billion-dollar brand in the coming years. And I wanted to be a part of that, really. What do we do differently to other, perhaps, network marketing leaders? And with respect, by the way, there's no right or wrong way to build networks. There's a core way that we all tend to follow, and then there'll be little things that different network marketing leaders do to perhaps get better results for the people they're working closely with. I would suggest perhaps we still do the core things very much, teach, train, support, all the things that are necessary. The key differences are two, I would suggest. First thing we do is we listen to people very strongly. We ask an awful lot of questions. Somebody joins our team, we find out about them. We take the focus away from who I am and what my goals are, and we move the focus to somebody new joining the team. What's their goals, what's their aspirations? Remembering that what are mine, what are Yvette's, are not necessarily anybody else that's joining the team. They will have their own goals and aspirations. So we move the focus across to them. And I can teach you how to build networks. That isn't a problem, and I can almost give you a 100% guarantee that if you just do the things I say you're going to do, you will get the results. What I cannot factor in, what I cannot have any control over, is you actually doing what you say you're going to do. So in doing so, the way we try and get you to do what you say you're going to do, in other words, get committed to the business, and really identify exactly what it is you want. Find out really the specifics of what's your goals, what's your dreams, what are your aspirations, what are your hot buttons, what matters to you. So we push the focus away from us and onto the individuals. The second thing I guess we do is get results for people quickly. And the key word there is quickly. People don't seem to realize, many network marketing leaders don't seem to realize that they have a very finite, a very defined time frame to help somebody when they join a network marketing business get results. They have to get those results it's like a ticking clock quickly, because if they don't get it within a certain time frame, then that person will give the business up and just decide it's not for them, and that will be the end of it. So getting results is absolutely essential, and getting those results quickly. So I suppose what we do differently, beyond the core things that all network marketing leaders do, the two things we do differently are we focus on the person, we find out what it is they want, and we really distill that down to find out what is important to you. Not to me, what's important to you. The second thing is we help people get results fast. What advice would I give somebody looking at network marketing and Talk Fusion? It would be that you should take the business very seriously. Take the opportunity that Talk Fusion offers to change your life very seriously indeed. Even if you're building it part-time on a 8 to 10 hours a week time slot, perhaps alongside a job or an existing business, or perhaps alongside bringing up a family, take it seriously, because what it can do for you and for your family in terms of not just income generation, I don't want to refer to it just as the money side, but ultimately what the money can give you, the choices it can give you, it's incredible. I think probably one of the first things I learned very early on from a fabulous mentor of mine called Tom Schreiter. Many of you may know Big Al and some of his books. Tom taught me to treat it like a business, treat it very professionally. Even if I'm going to do it part-time, treat it like a business. Get organized, get structured, don't just bounce around and poke it with a stick. Get organized with it, and understand that every business takes time to grow. Come into it with a minimum 12-month commitment. If you're not going to focus on this for the next 12 months and really work towards achieving some of those goals, my advice would be find something else you want. Find another vehicle for yourself to get the dreams and goals you want. It will change your life in more ways than you can ever imagine. It will give you choices that you never dreamed possible. That's not some hypey rah-rah statement. That is an absolute, genuine, sincere understanding of this business of 21 years of building it. And I've seen it change people's lives in so many ways. And it can do it for anyone, you or anyone joining the business. And the final thing I would say to somebody would be just get committed. Do the things you said you're going to do, and continue to do them. Don't go and say you're going to do them and then don't do them, and then say, oh, it didn't work for me, it's something, the business doesn't work. Take personal responsibility. If you don't do what you say you're going to do, if you don't send the video emails, if you don't invite people to the business presentation and to watch the webinars, if you don't get on three-way calls with your upline, then at least take the personal responsibility to say, actually, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. That's why it didn't work for me. So my advice would be three things really, is give it a 12-month commitment to do it. Do not try and build it without it. Have patience with it. It takes a little time. And if you don't do the things you say you're going to do, take personal responsibility. Reflect back it from the mirror and just say, hey, I just didn't do what I said I was going to do. Because here's the interesting thing. If you actually do the things you say you're going to do, that we teach you and we train you and we coach you, Talk Fusion works for everyone. And let me say that again, Talk Fusion works for everyone if people just do the things they say they're going to do. It's when they don't do them and it doesn't work. That's when I ask that people just take personal responsibility. Final words. Oh, it's an incredible journey, an incredible business. It's something that, frankly, it's hard to put into words how you can work where you want. I can sit here by a swimming pool, building a business and ultimately making money, changing my life, my family's life. I can change the lives of other people in a way that perhaps isn't possible in any other business out there. And it can be done. It can be done in a matter of months, not years. Months is how fast it can happen with Talk Fusion. And to have that choices, to have money in the bank, to know that all the bills can be paid and you've still got money, to know if you want to change the car, you can just change the car, to know if you want to go on holiday, you can go on holiday, you want to go out for a meal, a friend's birthday, you suddenly say, right, I want to take the whole family out for a meal. Those choices are outstanding. And the stress that eases away from you, that comes away from you when you have those choices, it's very hard to put into words. And is it possible with Talk Fusion? Oh, incredibly so. When it starts to work for you and you start to see those choices dropping into place, it gives you a little butterflies in your stomach. You start to imagine really what is possible with this business. You really do. I love it. I just love it.